Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel, Coffee Tea Paper. My name is Louise and we are still working through a number of inks that I've received over the holiday period. So today we're going to have a look at Frontenac Blue. Ferris Wheel Press have released quite a few blue inks over for the last 12 months or so. So it will be interesting to have a look at this one and maybe compare it with some of the others that are already out. I will check the details about availability, but as always, any inks, if you are interested in them and they're out of stock, there is always a notify me when available button on the page of the ink, and they're very good, I must admit, at doing regular restocks of inks, particularly if they're popular inks. Just keep an eye out for that if this one interests you. And of course, as always, I have code CTP, which gets you 10% off your order. Using that code helps me keep bringing the inks to review for you, which I hope helps you to decide whether you want to spend your money on a particular ink as well. So I don't know about you, but I like to not do impulse purchases if I can. I like to go into my purchases fully informed, and I am aware that these inks can be quite expensive. So you want to be pretty confident that it's an ink that you're going to enjoy using and you might get a lot of regular use out of it. The bottle's always quite generously sized, so a little goes a long way. Let's get into it. I will just set up my page and then we'll have a look. So we'll get out our little Ferris Wheel Press stand that I bought this myself actually with my own money from the Australian website. And yeah, very impressed with the packaging and the timeliness of the delivery. And yeah, it's a really cute addition to using your inks. Of course, I also do have this one, which one of my friends 3D printed for me to act as a stabilizer for the bottle as well. So if you've got a friend or maybe you have a 3D printer yourself and you don't necessarily need some a fancy bit of a desk bling, some sort of design like this is very handy. I probably have to give it another bit of a agitation now. This is a shimmering ink. Ferris Wheel Press refer to their shimmer inks as sparkling inks, and they'll indicate that on the box on the back. A bit like sparkling wine, sparkling ink. Okay, so got a fair amount of ink down there, so we can have a look at that. And let's do our writing sample so we can see how it looks like on the page when we write with it. Now I better just make sure I check the spelling of this. I'm just going to pack this up while this dries because I did put it on quite generously into the swatch. Then we'll have a look at it and compare it with some other Ferris Wheel Press blue inks. Alrighty then, the ink has now fully dried. We're really getting some big shimmer coming through there. A little bit of shading around the edge, not too much. So yeah, let's compare it to some other blue inks by Ferris Wheel Press. Let's see. The most recent blue ink that I have from them is of course their Crystal Blue Legacy, which is a classic navy with blue shimmer, and it's got this amazing brown burgundy, really dark sheening to it. So obviously very different. And the next one I have is the Tumultuous Tides, which is also a teal ink with a silver shimmer as opposed to a blue shimmer. It is meant to have a black sheen. I've never really seen much of that. It's more maybe a hint of just a dark teal, but anyway, you never quite know with each batch. Maybe it just didn't come through on that one. But if we have a look at that, this is much more of a teal that's leaning towards a green, and this one's more of a teal leaning towards an aqua. Yeah, you can see the blue shimmer there as opposed to the silver shimmer. So that's those two. Then we have Glistening Glass, which is still a very popular ink, and I can totally see why. It's a very serviceable ink, but with this gold shimmer, it's really yeah, very fancy. Yep, so they're quite different. And let's see, the last blue Ferris Wheel Press ink I have in my swatch book here is Blue Yosemite Falls, which of course was part of their Dreaming of California collection. I would also call this a teal blue ink, and once again quite different. And of course this one doesn't have any shimmer, but it does have some nice sheening going on with this sort of grey, purpley grey sheening coming through. So that's a bit of a comparison. I'll now do some close-ups so you can really have a good look at the ink and how it is on the page. Of course, this is Tomoe River paper in a lightweight paper insert from Traveller's Factory. So just to give you a reference there, let's take a look and I will see you in my next video.